Hi, everybody. Connor Wade here with the Wildcat Wrap Up. We are back for another virtual interview. Today, we're going to talk to one of our senior athletes from the boys tennis team, Luke Motsinger, who will attend Greenville University starting next spring. And absolutely looking forward to having him on. I know he's been wanting to come on here and talk for a while as we continue to have spring sports be on a hold because of the COVID-19 pandemic. We want to thank Buckets for Benefit, the sponsor of the Wildcat Wrap Up. I mean, it's a great time at this point in the year to start organizing your fundraisers for fall sports and stuff coming up this summer. So definitely make sure you give Buckets for Benefit a look. Visit their website at www.bucketsforbenefit.com, and you can check them out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram as well. Make sure you follow the Wildcat Wrap Up on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and you can see all of our virtual interviews. Excuse me, there, and on our new YouTube channel as well. You can subscribe to that. So with that, let me bring him on here. Luke Motsinger. Hey, Luke, you got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, man, thank you so much for coming on. And, my first question for you is, tell us how you're holding up during this time. Obviously, I'm sure you were looking forward to your senior season with the tennis team, and obviously that's on hold right now with a really uncertain future. So tell us how you're holding up.
Well, when I first got the news on, I think it was around March 14th, around there, it was at a practice that it was likely that we were going to get canceled for 2 weeks. And I was like, all right, well, yeah, 2 weeks, that's fine. Haven't missed any matches, come back and we'd have matches the next week. And I was like, oh, I can just train. And then I got to the realization that it could last longer than that. And then now it's hard knowing that like on days that I could be playing tennis matches right now, and not doing that is just hard, I guess.
Talk about some of your strengths as a tennis player.
I'd say willing to adapt to like other players on how they're playing, because everybody plays the game differently, and I just feel like I can switch up my game, but then at the same time play my own game to trick them up. So I think that helps quite a bit. Just playing different people helps.
Absolutely. Well, kind of give us, a quick recap of your first 3 seasons, your freshman, sophomore, and junior years, and what you were looking forward to your senior year.
Well, my freshman year was the first time I ever played tennis, and I mean, I just played then. I was just having fun, like something new. I wasn't even like in like the whole like I was like a JV player that just waited around, and then after my freshman year, I began to play a lot. And then my sophomore year, I was like number 4 on the team. I was pretty good. I could play with other players. And then the leap from my sophomore to junior year was pretty big. And I was playing competitive with all the top players around, and I was playing good. And I eventually got to go to state last year and play up there. And I was really expecting to play this year, because I felt like even from my junior to senior year, I improved tremendously, and I had big expectations on this year, and hopefully I could still be able to maybe play.
Well, you mentioned, that you didn't play tennis until your freshman year. What prompted you to start playing? And then, why did you like it so much, and why did you want to keep playing and play more?
Well, I played baseball in junior high, and I wasn't really the best at baseball. I was really small. I couldn't really do that much. And then I think tennis, it was just something new that I really enjoyed, and it was very fun to play with, and I had amazing people to play with around me, and I really loved it. And I just think that the passion I have for it is not going to burn out soon, because I didn't start it at a young age, that I'm still pretty new to it. I think that helps a lot.
Absolutely. Well, so you're going to attend Greenville University next year. What are you looking forward to the most about playing in college?
I mean, I think it's just going to be neat because it's something new. Like, this high school is also like my first time like playing tennis, so I've never experienced anything other than that. And I'm really excited that when I go there, it's different than I started here, because I've played tennis before. I know what I'm doing and capable of, so I'm excited to get better too, especially.
When was there a certain moment when you decided that you wanted to play tennis in college, and then kind of talk about the process of, finding Greenville University and why you selected that college?
Well, I knew I knew that I wanted to play since definitely after my sophomore year, just because I don't think I could just play 4 years of a new sport that I loved and just put it away after that. So I knew that I had
Right.
to train pretty hard to get to be able to play 4 more years. And after I qualified for state last year and got to go up there and play in Chicago, I started looking at more colleges, and then I visited a couple schools, talked to multiple schools, and then I just realized that I like the family bond at Greenville, and I felt like I could improve the most there. So,
Absolutely. What was state like for you last year, your first time?
it was fun. My first match there, it took forever. Very nervous, but then I pulled it out on a close match, the first one, and then on the second round, did not go too well. Pretty strong player I played against, and then my third match, it was do or die, I guess. If I lost, I went home. I had a very poor first set, and I came back with a very strong second set, probably one of the best sets I played up to that point. And then there was a 10-point tiebreaker, and it was the first one to 10, win by 2, and it was I think the ending score was 18-20. He won, but it was insane. So it was a very good experience to play against very top competitors. So.
Absolutely. Well, you look back at your 3 years at Marion, and I mean, you've talked about a lot of different moments and a lot of different things you've done. But is there a favorite moment? Does one stick out above all others for you?
Probably, definitely qualifying for state last year. Just knowing that I had completed a goal that I had looked forward to the whole season, pulling it off. So.
Absolutely. Well, talk a little bit. Obviously at this time, we spend a lot of time in our houses or at our houses. Weather's been really nice, so we've been able to go and do some stuff outside, but not a lot outside of that. Stores, businesses, restaurants, different places are closed down. So what have you been doing around the house?
I go outside. Sometimes I go fishing, play basketball with my brothers, and I have a brick wall outside that I like to hit the tennis ball up against back and forth to keep myself entertained. And not much of anything else. I don't it's been pretty boring, pretty dull, but can't do anything about it. Try to stay in tip-top shape in case we have our tennis season come around, which I'm hopeful for. So.
Yeah, that's another question. So, what have you done to remain optimistic? During this time, what have you done to remain optimistic that there is going to be a tennis season, and what are you doing to stay prepared in case that does happen?
Well, I mean, I'm just in the back of my mind, I'm always there's a chance that I can come back and play. And so I just don't want to put everything off and not play. And then it comes back and then I'm fall behind. And then there are people that train during this time that could end up playing better than me. And I just don't want that to happen because that would be the worst case scenario. So I just feel like even if there isn't a tennis season, I'm still preparing for something in the future. So.
Absolutely. Well, Luke, thank you so much for coming on and talking to us. And, for you and a lot of other seniors, I certainly hope that there is a spring sports season eventually, even if it's condensed a little bit so that you guys get to go out and enjoy that season. But also at the same time, I know everybody's thinking about keeping everybody healthy and safe as well. But thank you so much for coming on here and talking to us for a little bit. And we want to wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
Alrighty, so great talking to Luke Motsinger. Our third different interview here that we've done on the Wildcat wrap-up. So far, these have done really well. You can go back and watch Josh Griffin and Ivy Smart, baseball and softball. We've talked to them. Josh Griffin a week from today, and Ivy Smart earlier this week on Monday. Next week, we're actually going to bring in my co-host for the podcast, Mr. Ryan Gadisky, the athletic director at Marion High School. We're going to talk to him a little bit about just the current situation. I know he's going to, I'm sure, offer some comfort to Wildcat athletes that are struggling at this time. So we're looking forward to talking to him. Hope everybody has a great Easter. Thank you so much for watching, and make sure you check out the Wildcat Wrap-Up on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. I'm Connor Wade, and we will see you next week.